Today, I'm going to be talking about your best shot at making the relationship work in 2019. I'm going to be sharing things that work and things that don't work. So stick around, that's coming right up. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose edition. This is episode number 8. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing and banging that bell so that way you get all notifications and you can start getting a better grip. Grip. See, I'm screwing up already, but I'm still going on. You can make mistakes and still move forward and correct them on the fly. So that way you can start getting a better grip on your life. There we go. As you can see, I am back at Red Morton Park in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. It is a beautiful day out here. The sun is out, and it's probably about 50, 55 degrees, but it's still not warm enough for me to take off my jacket, which is why I'm wearing my jacket. So just wanted to clear that up in case anybody's wondering, why is Coach Eli wearing a jacket when the sun is out? Well, the sun is out, it's not raining, but it's still not warm enough to take off the jacket. Anyway, let's just get to the topic here today because it's a very interesting one, and I want to keep this video short and sweet and to the point. The topic of today's episode is your best shot at making a relationship work in 2019. Now, I wanted to do this video because some of my subscribers have been, reaching out to me lately saying that they want more relationship advice. That's why they came to my channel. And, let me explain that here. I'm a business and personal relationship coach, so I tackle all sorts of issues. From, the corporate business world to, let me move over here because we have some other people coming, to being an entrepreneur, to dating relationships, to marriages. I tackle all aspects of life. So sometimes I may not be talking about something specifically that you're here for. But in some way, shape, or form, whatever I do discuss may end up, being something you deal with at some point in your life. Just because it's not something that you need right now, it doesn't mean it isn't something that you're going to need later on. But if you do want me to tackle a specific subject, like I've mentioned before in the past, go below in the description and just send me an email. And for the time being, I'd be happy to do a video on the topic of your choice, absolutely free. Now, when I start getting more and more busy, it's going to cost $19. But right now, if you have a topic request, I'll do it for free. So, anyway, let's talk about your best shot at making the relationship work in 2019. Why are relationships struggling in the modern world? Well, number one, it's a different day and age. We have to go back once again and mention that, hey, women have been empowered in the modern world. The third wave of the women's movement, also known as the feminist movement, which started in the early 90s, really further empowered women. So women are now more so in the workforce. Women are nowadays more so doing everything on their own, and they're not dependent on a man for pretty much anything, with the exception of needing the man's sperm to procreate should they choose to even go that route. And many women don't even want to have kids anymore. It's kind of interesting what's happened, okay? So women, have their own apartments and homes. Women are making their own money. Women have their own cars, their own insurance. They're doing everything on their own that they were once completely dependent on a man for. So that definitely changes the dynamic of, one of the main attractions that women used to have about a man. They want to be with an attractive man that's financially, mentally, and emotionally stable. And that's still true for the most part to this day. But a woman can now easily walk away from a relationship if it doesn't work out because she's not dependent on that man for her livelihood anymore. So the dating dynamic has taken a definite turn. So whether you're a man or a woman out there and you're wondering, what's really going on, I'm just trying to avoid as many people as possible here because it is a sunny day and lots of people are out. So if I move around to a different spot, don't mind me. Anyway, so that definitely, changes, that definitely changes the dynamic of relationships in the modern world. And like I said, men and women, a lot of men and women don't understand this dynamic, and that's what's really affecting things. So to tackle the issue and to clear things up, because this is a topic that I'm more so doing from one of my subscribers out there. I'll just mention her first name. Her first name is Jenny. I'm not going to mention her last name because she was in my live stream chat the other night. Okay? Obviously, she's probably been struggling to find that special man. She seems to be a decent lady. And she's probably wondering why she hasn't been able to find that special man, or if she's put herself out there and, maybe gone on a few dates with certain men and then they don't come back around. Why are they not coming back around? Okay? And on the flip side, men are wondering, okay, I really like this woman, but after 2 or 3 months, why did she ghost me? Why is she not coming around anymore? What's really going on? And I'm going to tackle that here today. It's a very, very simple thing that I've learned. It's taken a long time for me to understand this. I've learned a lot about this throughout my, past 2 relationships. When you first meet someone, the first thing that attracts you to them typically is physical attraction. Now, that is true, okay? It's true for me, even though for me it's more than just the looks. If you're not at least a little bit physically attracted to each other, nothing else really matters. It's just not going to work out. But let's say that physical attraction is there. Now you two start hanging out and, you start going out. Maybe you get intimate. Nowadays, people get intimate very, very quickly. It's just what happens. There's really nothing wrong with that. It just freaking happens that way. And let's say now you're, a month and a half, 2 months into seeing this person. And then one side, typically it's the woman that normally will do this before the man, but in some cases the man will do this. One side will say, where do we stand? We've been seeing each other for 2 months. Where do we stand? Many times after 2 months, 2.5 months, 3 months, the woman will want to know, is this going somewhere? Okay? And if the man, really feels it for her, feels he's had enough time to get to know her, they spend enough time together to the point of where he feels like, it'd be worth to, make this a real commitment at that point, then he can say, I really like what we have. Where do you think we should take this? That's what the man should say. The man shouldn't say, yeah, let's become exclusive. That's the woman's job to actually do that, okay? That's more feminine energy, okay? But what if the man is not ready to take it to the next level? Okay? At that point, you as the woman have an option to say, okay, well, I'm looking for something serious. Are you looking for something serious, or are you just not ready for something serious at this point? Okay? The woman would need to ask the man, where he stands. And if he's not ready for it, one of 2 things can happen. The woman can say, okay, well, where do you stand? Do you see this going anywhere down the road? Okay? And that's okay to ask at that point. Okay? But besides all of that, The thing that works the most is when you put the least amount of pressure on each other. Okay? When you don't put pressure for a commitment, the commitment will happen naturally. Okay? And this goes for both men and women, because there are men out there that try to lock a woman down right away. And these are typically, beta males that are needy and don't understand how attraction works within a woman. Okay? And then they will say, hey, you know what? I really like you. Let's make this exclusive. No, you don't want to do this as a man, because that's going to make you look weak and needy and make you appear like you're trying to lock her down. That's her job to do. But on the flip side, you as a woman, if you come on too strong with trying to make this commitment happen, it's going to appear like you're trying to lock the man down and take away his freedom. And that's going to get him to go the opposite way. So you got to ease into it, even as a woman, because this is more feminine energy. Women more so, are the ones that really want to lock a relationship down when it feels right. And even if it feels right for the man as well, if you push it too far and come on too strong, it's going to push the man away. I've had that happen to me before with good women. So my best advice, if you are actually, starting to date someone and you both get along, you like him, he likes you, don't put any pressure on the other person, whether you're a man or a woman, to try to commit to you. Let it happen naturally. In some cases, it may happen, after 2 or 3 months. In some cases, it might take 6 months to a year before a full commitment happens. But what's the difference of having a label or not if you're having fun and enjoying each other's company? Now, your job as a man is to hang out, have fun, and hook up. Same thing with you as the lady. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. The purpose of dating is to hang out with that person, have fun with them, and then hook up. Have some good loving. Okay? You're pretty much, you're pretty much exclusive at that point. Now, even though you haven't made it exclusive, if you're constantly seeing the same person 1, 2, or 3 times a week, you can be assured for the most part that they're not seeing anybody else. So why put pressure on something that's already there? Just let it happen naturally. That's the main thing that men don't understand, and the main thing that women don't understand. Because again, when a woman is investing time into a man, her natural instinct, if she really likes that man, is to try to lock him down to a commitment. And men, it's not that we don't want to commit. It's that, we fear the commitment, not because we don't want to commit, because the world's a different place nowadays. And if we give in too soon, it makes us appear weak, needy, desperate, insecure. It makes us, it kind of like devalues us as a man, which in turn is going to eventually turn you off when you figure it out as a woman, and then you're going to leave us anyway. So that's what a man fears, which is why men will fear commitment, especially if you overdo it and you're very pushy about it. Okay, the point in this video, before it gets too long, where am I at right now? I'm at, I can't even see here because it's sunny. It's like, 14 minutes? The point of this video is to say, ease into things. Take your time to get to know each other. Don't push each other into a commitment. The commitment will happen naturally if it is meant to be. Be cool with each other, okay? I know when it comes to commitment, it's much harder for women to not attempt to commit to a man that she's been spending, time with on a weekly basis for a period of 2 or 3 months, okay? But think about it this way. Instead of trying to push the issue after 2 months to force that commitment, it would be okay to say, hey, you know what? I really enjoy spending time with you. Do you see this going anywhere down the road? I'm not trying to put any pressure on you. I just really like spending time with you. Where do you see it? And the man could say, I really like how it's going. Let's just keep it going the way it's going. And, Let's just let nature take its course. Let's just let things happen naturally. At that point, the woman should say, okay, cool, I like that. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I'm enjoying it, right? But some women, especially women I've been with like 2 relationships ago, I had a woman that asked me that question. She asked me, how do you feel about me? And I told her, I like what we have. It's pretty cool. And then she goes, no. How do you really feel about me? And I told her, I said, I told you, I really like what we have. It's cool. It's a lot of fun. I think you're attractive and you have a great personality. And then she said, how do you really feel about me? Basically pushing me to commit to her. And I made the stupid mistake of giving in to appease her and get her off my ass. And then I professed my love for her. I was forced to do it. It didn't feel natural. And guess what happened 6-7 months after that? She cheated on me and monkey branched me and left me for another man that she's now married to. She married that guy that she cheated on me with. That guy is with a wonderful woman. If she can cheat once, she'll do it again. I would never trust a woman like that, but that's not for me to decide. I don't decide what that man does. If he's happy with what he's got, if he's happy being married to a cheater, that's his choice. But again, if you're in that situation and somebody's trying to push you to commitment, more than likely it's not going to work out at the end. And many people will try to push you into commitment because they're trying to get something from you outside of the main purpose of just, being together in a happy, committed relationship. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful, and you got to take things slow and get to know each other, and don't force anything. If I'm going to overly emphasize one thing about this video, don't force anything. Let nature take its course. If you're already spending time with somebody in a brand new relationship, okay? If you've been seeing somebody for a month or 2 or 3, no problem asking each other where you stand or what how do you feel things are going. But do not push the other person to try to commit to you if they're not ready to commit to you, or if they just need a little more time to get to know you. You got to feel it out. Now, if you feel somebody's playing you, then you can make the choice and say, hey, you know what, I don't feel we should continue because, seems like you're not ready to be with me for the right reasons. I mean, you gotta play it by ear. The only point I'm trying to make here in this video is that the less pushy you are, if you just focus on hanging out with each other, having fun with each other, and hooking up with each other, and not putting any pressure on each other, the natural flow of progression will give you the best possible shot of having what you want, that commitment. And again, it may not happen after 1 or 2 or 3 months. It may happen in 6 months. It may happen in a year. Now, if it doesn't happen by the time you reach 6 months or a year or so, at that point, you got to decide, if it's worth investing more into this, not having the actual commitment. Okay? But if it's early on, don't push it. And you have to also understand that nowadays people are jumping in and out of relationships much faster because we have the internet. People are not taking enough time in between relationships. They're going from relationship to relationship. So a lot of times you're dealing with people that are always on the rebound. You're going to see that a lot more nowadays because, like I said, of the fact that the internet is out and meeting new people is very easy. And I'll be honest with you. What is one of the best ways to get over an ex is to move on and give somebody else a chance. But if you're going to do that, you got to be honest with that person, and you got to take your time to get to know them, and don't force anything. Just hang out, have fun, and hook up. And the rest will all fall into place if it was meant to be. And if it doesn't work out, don't be pissed off. There are plenty of other fish in the sea. It may take you 5 or 10 people. It may take you dating 5 or 10 people to find that special loved one. Okay? But once you do find that person, it's going to be totally worth it. It's going to be totally worth it. And you're going to be happy that, you took your time rather than trying to force things, and then they end up, more so, putting you in a bad position emotionally. So again, and this is more so for the women out there that really, really try to push that commitment. Again, if I can emphasize one more thing here, or if I can emphasize this one more time here, which is what I'm trying to say, the less you push a guy into commitment, the more he'll be willing to commit to you, because you're not putting the pressure on him. And if he enjoys your company and you enjoy his, and he can feel that, he will naturally want to commit to you. But again, for you men, your job is to not discuss the commitment. Your job is just take the lady out, show her a good time, hang out, have fun, hook up, make beautiful love to her like you've never made any other woman, make her feel good. That's your job as a man. Let the lady take control of the commitment. For the ladies, don't push the commitment too soon. Let that happen naturally. Feel out where the man is at. Give him a chance to get to know you before, you ask for that commitment. Because if you don't, then it's no different than forcing yourself upon that man. Let me tell you, if you try to force yourself upon a man to commit to you when he's not ready, he may really like you and may be on his way to getting there to commit to you. But if you push him too soon, more than likely, he'll end up leaving you and then going and finding some other woman that's less pushy. That's what happens. So again, I'm going to wrap this up here in a second because I really want to keep this video short today. Just don't be pushy, men and women. Dating is not about meeting somebody on the first date and then asking them to marry you by the second date. You're getting to know that person. Enjoy the process of getting to know that person. Okay? It's a fun process to get to know someone. It's exciting. It's somebody new. It feels good, doesn't it? Why ruin it trying to force a commitment and lock that person down and make them feel like they're losing their freedom, which is going to turn them off? Okay? Men, you got to understand, if you force yourself upon a woman, that you're hanging out with and try to lock her down, she's going to feel like she's losing her freedom. And then she's going to run away. And the same thing on the flip side. Women, if you try to force yourself upon a man, he's going to feel like he's losing his freedom. And he'll go the other way. In relationships, you have to love each other in a way where the other person feels free. Let me repeat that one more time because that's where I'm going to wrap things up here today. In a relationship, you have to love each other in a way where the other person that you love feels free. You're not looking there to take away their freedom. You're not looking there to take away their freedom, which is what I'm trying to say. You're looking to bring value and happiness in addition to the value and happiness they already have in their life. You're there to share each other's completeness together. You're not there to complete each other. You're there to come to the relationship complete as individuals and share your completeness together. And that's where I'm going to wrap this up here today at, where are we at? Jesus. 24 minutes. All right. So that's going to do it here. If you'd like to work with me personally, or if you'd like me to do a video on a topic that you please, just go below in the description section and find the link. Find the link that is relevant to whatever it is you're looking to reach out to me for. Make it happen, and then we'll go from there. With that being said, have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.